Eh oui, et le bon gros
Yes,
géant
the
est à
big
Cannes.
friendly giant is in Cannes with, as I was saying, a giant of the history of cinema who's back for our pleasure in Cannes. Steven Spielberg, thank you so much for coming along, Steven. We're thrilled to welcome you back to Cannes. It's a great honor, a great pleasure. Thank you so much for this premiere. Hello, Ruby. Welcome. Welcome as well, Penelope Wilton, Rebecca Hall. Thank you so much for coming along, Jemaine, Clement, and Mark Rylance. Delighted to meet you after your Oscar. We're very happy to welcome you to Cannes. I wanted to ask you what memory you kept, because the last time you were in Cannes, Steven Spielberg was as president of the jury. What memories are coming back now?
Well, the memories of the glamour, the chaos, but that was wonderfully put to rest the second the jury went to see the films that we were here to see. So the contrast between all the glitz and the noise and the smiles and people watching, this is the best place to people watch, by the way, and then to suddenly go into a very dark cinema and hear that beautiful music begin every film, and then the lights come down and we get swept away and we forget we're in Cannes. When the movie's good, you forget you're in Cannes. When the movie isn't as good as you hoped, you remember exactly where you are.
And it's true that with your film, which we've just seen now for the first time, we really are carried away, a long way away. Is it true, it's a Roald Dahl story, but that you read to your children at their bedtime and they asked you to make a film? Is that true?
Well, I don't know if they asked me to make a film out of it, but I read to at least, I have 7 kids, I think, certainly all the girls I read to. And I think I read to my oldest son, who's now 30 years old. And because he was born in 85, and I first read the book in 1988, and had been published in 82. And so I remember reading it for the first time and thinking, wow, this would make a terrific film. But then but at that time in my life, I was very comfortable as a father to be the big friendly giant, because whenever you read the book to your kids, the reader becomes the big friendly giant. And I didn't want to abdicate from that role for a long time.
Il y a aussi une part de l'enfant que
there's sort of you as a child when you're making a film like this, the sort of the child within you sort of can express itself. You know, it's this child that's making the film in a way, no?
Well, I think when I'm making a film like this, we all are children. I mean, on both sides of the camera. We have to be. We have to have that. Even the Queen of England has to have that connection to her childhood in order to, reach our hearts out and tell the story and express the story in a very pure and emotional way.
Alors celle qui nous apporte beaucoup d'émotions, c'est cette.
So, who gave us a lot of emotion is little Ruby Barnhill. How old are you, Ruby? How old are you?
I'm 12 in July.
Ah. Alors, est-ce que tu connaissais?
So, did you know Steven Spielberg before you made this film? Had you heard about him? Did you know his films?
Yeah, I'd watched all of the Indiana Jones films, which I still really love, and I'd also watched E.T. So yeah, but those were the only really main ones that I'd really watched. So I had, yeah. So.
Et tu aimais?
Did you like them? Did you like these films?
Yes, definitely.
Tant mieux. Comment ça s'est passé?
What was it like? What did he say to you? Because it was the first time that you've been in a film. How did he present the film? How did he tell you how to behave and things?
Well, there were lots of different kind of techniques and ideas that Steven would tell me, like how to do certain things, and but yeah, those were but that was really, really helpful as well, and so yeah.
Et est-ce que le bon gros géant qui est assis à
And
côté
it's
de toi t'a aidé
the
aussi?
big friendly giant next to you here. Did he help you? When I see Mark Rylance next to you, it's his eyes. We find his eyes in this character. How did you, Mark Rylance? How could you be so close to Sophie, with I imagine all the special effects and everything, which must have got in the way? I mean, is it easy to embody these moments of emotion? What was it like?
Much easier with a young person, particularly a young person like Ruby, because they're so naturally present, they're so naturally spontaneous, and And so no matter what technical equipment was in between the BFG and little Sophie, her eyes always came through. Even when we were many, many feet apart and I was up a large crane and she was on a large fake table running around, you can see how full of life she is and full of courage she is. So she was always inspirational.
You've both got sparkling eyes, it's true. Penelope Wilton, what's it like for you playing, acting in front of somebody like Steven Spielberg and having to play the Queen of England as well?
Well, it was wonderful. It was a wonderful experience to be with Steven and then to play Roald Dahl's Queen of England, which is our Queen of England too. But Roald Dahl makes her do things that are rather the Queen does rather privately normally, like farting and things. So we had great fun doing that. But I've never enjoyed anything so much as working with Steven and also with Mark and with Ruby and with Rebecca. And also Rafe, who isn't here. I had a wonderful time. I wanted it to go on and on and on.
Oui, j'imagine.
I can imagine. Rebecca, same question. You've already worked with great filmmakers. When you're working with Steven Spielberg, are you a bit impressed? I mean, does he make you comfortable? I mean, how does it work?
Yeah, it's a very loaded question. He's sat right here. No, of course. Of course. I mean, it's the sort of, Steven is really defines Hollywood films in so many ways, and he was a great figure of my childhood watching, as was Roald Dahl. So to get to be the combination of those two was really spectacular and filled me with a lot of childlike excitement, frankly.
Jemaine Clement.
Jemaine Clement, a New Zealander, the New Zealander of the pack. Steven Spielberg, even if you're playing the biggest, baddest giant, is it great fun?
I should just tell you that my earpiece isn't working. I can't. I heard you say grand, which I understand big. I heard Steven's name mentioned.
It was great fun.
It was great fun. I was never really a bully. In my life, it's fun to pretend to be a bully. I'm not advocating bullying, but I could see the appeal. I see why people do it now. But I don't recommend it. Don't bully. Stop bullying, everyone.
Merci, Jemaine. Merci.
Well, thank you, Jemaine. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you, Penelope. Thank you very much, Ruby, Mark, Steven Spielberg, for coming along to be with us for this wonderful British cast and with other great English actors as well. Thank you again. Enjoy the festival.